How you doing? This is Vinujan Gnanasubramaniam coming at you with the learning target, which is solve rational inequalities using the algebraic method and the graphical method. X plus 1 over x minus 1, which is less than x plus 3 over x plus 2. Multiply both denominators by the LCM, which is lowest common denominator. If you didn't know, you know. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so as you see here, I'm multiplying the denominator, or in other words, the fraction itself. Well, not, well, whatever, you'll see. By we're multiplying. This x minus 1 cancels out with this one, and the x plus 2 here cancels out with this one. So what we have left is x plus 1, x plus 3. Okay. To expand, so I'm expand by multiplying. So you get x squared plus x, you get 2x plus 2, you get x squared plus 3x plus 2. Just here you get 3x plus x. Aha, okay, there we go. When solving for rational inequalities, you can bring any quadratic equation to any side. So in this case, we're going to bring this over to this side. So you get negative 2x 3 0. Okay, and our next step is to simplify. So this cancels out with this. You get this minus that gives you x, and then here you have plus 5 and then 0. This, you can tell it's a linear equation. Okay, so to graph this, you would do y equals x. So say y is 0 is plus 5. So it hits the x-intercept at negative 5. But then if you put x as 0, well, that's 1. Y-intercept is 5. So the line would look something like this. And that's our graphical method right there. And I'll show you another example right after this. Intermission. So over here it says x plus 5 is less than 0, so everything below this axis, so in other words this here and whatever goes on, is less than 0, so the answer would be x is less than negative 5 right there. And then next example, I'm going to show you how to do it algebraically. I'm just going to show you the algebraic method now. So what you do first is you multiply both inequalities by the LCM, lowest common denominator. So sorry, I started beforehand without recording, so here's the first step. And yep, hold up. So yep, so our next step will have to be multiplying. So this cancels out with this, and then this cancels out with this, so all you have left is greater than t plus 8. You would have to expand, so here you get 240t plus 240 is greater than 20t squared. So over here 20 times 8 gives you 160, so you get plus 160t. The next step is to bring everything over, so it doesn't matter which side I bring whichever to, so I'm going to bring everything over to this side. So I'm going to get Yeah. And wait. Yes, and 240. Sorry about that. And next, just simplify. So subtract 160 from 140, and I get minus 80t minus 240. And next, I could what is it? Oh yeah, to factor, right? So we'll factor out the 21st. So what you get is minus 12. Just to check if it's right, just multiply everything by 20 and make sure you get this. And next is factor what's in here, and we get t minus 6 and t plus 2. Okay, so we're going to use this table to examine the sign of the factored polynomial expression on the right side of the inequality, which is this inequality right here. So what number we're going to use here is negative 3 because it's less than negative 2. Plug in negative 3 here, you get negative 9, you get a negative number. Here you get a negative number, and here you get a positive, because negative 3 plus 2, here let me show you guys. Okay, so negative 3 minus 6, negative 9 times 20, you have a negative right here, which gives us negative here. And negative 3 plus 2 gives us negative 1, negative. And let's see, so we'll do 9 times negative 9 times negative 1, which is what we got from these two, gives us a positive number, which we have here. And next we're going to do a number in between negative 2 and 6. We'll use 0. 0 minus 6 gives us negative 6, that's a negative number. 0 plus 2 gives us a positive number. 0 minus 6, negative 6. Negative 6 times let's see, 2 gives us a negative. That's what we have right here. And then here, a number greater than 6, we'll use 8. So 8 2 gives us 2, so that's a positive number. 8 plus 2, that's another positive number. And then over here, so 8 minus 6, that's 2. 8 plus 2, 10. So positive times a positive gives us a positive. Here it says that when this inequality is when it's less than 0. So from this table, there's only one where it's negative. So therefore, this right here is true when. So this is true when t is greater than negative 2 and less than 6. Right here. Okay, so that's how we figure that out, and therefore, yeah.